broadcast with Amanda, Shanny, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shanny.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Season 7, Episode 25. It's episode number 295. Welcome. Happy 2023.
Yeah.
Wow. Welcome to the new year.
Welcome to the new year. We're halfway through January.
You bite your tongue.
Sorry, now I'm having this deja vu of last year at this time when we had
That's true.
exact same commentary.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's my fault. I think I said it both times.
7 seasons in.
I suppose it's just as true as it was last year.
Yeah.
Although this episode will be out on Friday the 13th, which is also Dennis's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Man, starting the year strong with the first 13th of the month is a Friday the 13th. Okay.
Love
okay,
it.
2023. I don't know about that energy, but like, okay.
I'm here for it.
And the next Friday the 13th, because there's always 2 every year, is in October.
There's always 2 every year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird piece of fact to just like have at your disposal.
You never noticed that? Like, we point out the Friday the 13th, like, all the time.
I forget what happened yesterday. I can't track.
Right. I can barely remember to go to the dentist twice a year. Like, forget about it.
Like, it jumps around, but there's always 2 per year, so at least, yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
Wait, so you said the next one's in
October.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I like that. That's great.
Good times. Anyway, how's it going? How were your holidays?
Pretty great.
Good.
Good.
Good. It feels like a long time ago.
It does.
It kind of was
Yeah.
at this point. It was 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Okay. So I suppose that is an appropriate amount to take pause and be like, how long, what did I do? Where was I? But it was very nice.
Good. Good. Yeah, ours were good. Uneventful. Went to New York. Came back. The end.
You do that a lot.
Yeah, also did that yesterday. Flew up in the morning, dropped the kids off, flew back, landed at 8:10 p.m. The FAA grounded all flights at like 8:28 p.m.
Yeah.
So I
I
landed.
have not seen that.
Yeah. But you know something? Everything was grounded. So even if I was up in the air, I would have landed somewhere.
Right. You would have landed. Yeah.
Yes.
But like here, I was like saying to Dana, I'm like, I don't know why Colleen does this to herself. She like flies up and then flies back the same day. Like that is just nuts. But like it turns out that was the better plan because you would have had to have stayed in Long Island longer than,
Yeah.
essentially longer than you were planning.
Well, thankfully, we flew Delta into JFK there, and the flight was 75% empty. It was so empty.
Wow.
It was like first class. Nobody was in that economy seating, and then the back of the plane was kind of full, but that was it. It was
Like Comfort Plus. Nobody was in Comfort
nobody
Plus.
was in that Comfort Plus. And I had asked the seats where we were, so it was like a 2-seater, 2 seats, right? It was a smaller one. And, the kids were fighting over the window seat, and then we got on the plane, and of course, where our seats happened to be, the window wasn't there, like it was wall.
Yeah.
So I had asked,
Nobody gets it.
I had asked the flight attendant, I was like, hey, can we move up a row if nobody sits there, once you guys close the doors, and so that way they can look out the window. And she was like, yeah, it's fine. You just can't sit in any of the seats with the red on the top because that's the Comfort Plus. And I was like, yes, the seats that nobody paid for. You could really, honestly, they could have.
We'd rather keep them empty.
Yeah, they could have easily just been like, because there was nobody sitting, no one.
Seriously.
So they could have easily just been like, everyone from the back, like, if y'all want to move up, like, Southwest rules open seating, but whatever. Speaking of Southwest, I was nervous because I had to fly them back, and I flew them back. First of all, Southwest, for all their issues, they suck. Even before their issues. I used to fly them all the time. They're the only airline that consistently flies in and out of the Long Island MacArthur Airport, which is the one that's close to my parents' house, and I have the Southwest credit card, and I've had it for like 15 years, and, they have just, over the last 5-6 years, they've really gone downhill. Like, they don't have the friendly flight attendants anymore, really, and just mainly they're so expensive. They are so expensive. We were looking at flights to go to, we can't do it, but we really wanted to go to Disneyland again for Jay's birthday, right? Go to fly into LAX, see his dad's family, then go to Disney, and then go down to San Diego, see Jack's family, see the Glatfelters, and then come back. And the price of, what was it? The round trip on JetBlue was, I want to say it was $1,100. One way for like 3 tickets on Southwest. One way was $1,100.
Ooh.
And that is what it consistently always is. Always. Damn. So the cost of, I used points, and that's the only reason why I ended up flying Southwest, is because I had some points and I used them for the one way. But that one way ticket, like I was watching at Christmas when they canceled it, and I was like, oh man, Southwest is going to be so cheap when I come up here in January. No, their prices kept going up. Like they never adjusted it for anything. But anyway, I managed to get back. It was fine. I was very thirsty today though, but anyway, not that exciting. Everything was fine, uneventful. Again, Christmas, New Year's. It was all fun. Really, nothing to write home about.
I thought you were going to say that you were really thirsty because of dry January.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That would have been a good transition, a good segue, as they say.
Yeah.
You guys are...
We're doing dry January. Nice. Although, I will confess, mine was slightly a damp January because we went to the movies last week, and Jay was like, this is neutral waters if you want to get a beer. And I was like, we went to see Avatar, which is 3 hours long. So I made it an hour and a half in, and then Jay was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, you need anything? And I was like, yes, get me that beer and make it the 24 ounce.
It's a long-ass movie.
It's so fucking long.
But is it good?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I thought it was going to be... There's a lot of exposition. There's a lot of, like, he's like, look how beautiful I can make this scene, and that's why I'm going to include it. Right.
This doesn't need to be a 3-hour movie. I'm just showing off.
It didn't. It really didn't need to be 3 hours. This was the second time that Jay took the kids to see it. For Thursday before Christmas. I had to go to work, and they wanted to see it, and they saw it in 3D, and they all loved it. He said the kids just were really, really into it. So then he wanted to see it again because he was doing something for Geek Dead Life, like to review it. So he wanted to see it again, and I was just like, man, I don't really want to go. And then finally, that's when he was like, neutral territory, you can get a beer. And I was like, fine, I'll go. But it wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Is it like a masterpiece of cinema? I don't know. Maybe if you're into that stuff, but it wasn't as terrible. This is a great endorsement. It was fine. It was a good movie. The end. It was just very long. And at one point I went to the bathroom, and I was talking to one of the people that work at the concessions, because, we go to the movies we've been going fairly regularly lately. And at one point, and I was just, making chit chat. And at one point, Jay was just like, where are you? You're missing the end of the movie. And I'm like, bish, there's still like 50 minutes left of this fucking movie. So I was like, okay. So I ran in thinking, oh my God, maybe this isn't as long as I thought it was. And no, there was still 45 minutes left. But anyway, that wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. It was good. If you're on the fence, it was good. You'll get your money's worth because it is 3 hours. Yeah. The end.
I actually ended up watching The Menu.
Oh, did you like it?
What was it? Is it scary?
It was not scary like I thought it was going to be.
Good.
Colleen had basically said as much, but I couldn't picture.
You can't know anything about it going in.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
So
no, you would like it, Amanda. I thought
we're still trying to find time to watch Glass Onion. I feel like
Glass Onion is great. We watched
speed.
Yeah.
We watched that with my sister at Christmas time. And then we rewatched Spirited because she wanted to watch it too.
Oh, fun.
Oh, yeah, we watched that again with my parents. I was like, I could watch that 40 times and probably still really enjoy it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, The Menu. I'm glad that you liked it, Shandy.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Definitely, raised some interesting questions. It was fun to talk about with Frank, who has a decade of experience working in restaurants, but
yeah,
it was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know you can't really say anything else until Amanda sees it because I think the movie only works. Guys. I think it only works, or it works best if you go in there not knowing what it's about.
Which I totally get, but I don't hold out for me. I feel like life is too busy to watch movies you're only like mildly interested in.
Totally. I will say though, I was like definitely out when I saw the preview. I was like hard.
Yeah. You told me and Judy that you were like,
So I guess you never know. I mean, also like it's not like my favorite movie I've ever seen. So
right.
Yeah.
All right. Good times. Well, whenever you guys watch Glass Onion, let me know because I'm down to talk about that. I'll rewatch it again. It's a really fun movie.
Okay,
it's a great
hopefully soon. I'm going to be in Connecticut this weekend, so no movie watching will be happening this weekend. But maybe
it's a good ensemble cast.
Yeah, we were going to try and watch it. I think last weekend, but we've just been too tired to sit through a 2-hour movie seems too long.
I understand. We're going to go see that. So the kids are in New York until Saturday, and we're gonna go see that Plane movie, which is one of those horribly, terribly cheesy, campy. Like it's like a plane gets hijacked and like goes in the desert, and then like Gerard Butler and somebody else has to like go and. It's going to be terrible, and I'm very excited. Who's in it? Okay, so it's Gerard Butler. Mike Coulter. So if you saw Luke, what's it called on Netflix? Jessica Jones, and then Luke Cage. Is that it? Luke Cage?
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
He's in a whole bunch of stuff. So he's in it too. And then a bunch of other people. I'm selling this really well. The description on Google is a pilot saves passengers from a lightning strike by making a risky landing in a war-torn island, only to find that surviving the landing was just the beginning. When dangerous rebels take most of the passengers hostage, the only person the pilot can count on for help is Louis Gaspar, who is Mike Coulter's character, an accused murderer being transported by the FBI. So I'm all in.
Oh my God.
It sounds wonderfully awful.
It sounds it's being released on January 13th. It's not going to be a good movie.
Yeah. No. It sounds like something that maybe came out in the 90s. No?
Bring it on.
That could have come out.
Maybe that's when they sold the script and they've been sitting on it. And they're like, well, I think Blockbusters might be making a comeback.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna see. The idea was either 6:00 or 8:45, and I was like, but if we do 8:45, I could have another beer because it's still no man's land, right? It's still neutral territory.
Wait, so what's your neutral territory?
Just maybe the movies.
Just the movies.
That's just like Switzerland.
Yes, the movies is our Switzerland. I'm gonna see so many movies this January. No, I'm just kidding. But am I? At least 2. Although it is funny, it's not as hard to do it. January is never as difficult as like the random, I guess, weeks during the year, which sounds awful. But I will say that the amount of chocolate and sugar that I've eaten over the last week has really like upticked.
Yeah,
like getting them sugar cravings real bad.
Right, trading one vice for another.
Yes, which is weird because again, I've always been a salty person, not a sweet person. But yeah. Kayla made us those turtles and sent them.
Oh my God.
I know, I've been basically eating them by myself. I don't think Daniel's had any. I'm pretty sure I've eaten the entire thing myself.
Well, usually I'm pretty good with like one a day or one every couple of days. I had like 3 the other day, and then I had half of a candy bar. And Jay was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I would just really like some vodka right now." But the chocolate will do. Anyway, before we move on, anybody watch any other movies or anything? Or TV shows?
No movies. I started Abbott Elementary, which we talked about offline.
Yes.
I like it. I can see why everyone's
so
into
good.
it. It's like just a well-made like sitcom.
Yes.
Like it goes down easy, but then it's like there's certain moments you're like, oh, that actually is like a pretty sharp commentary.
I hope that it moves the needle along in some way, the way kind of like Modern Family did. Even though Modern Family was, very white and, had, some of its faults or whatever, but it's still like kind of normalized the different families for a lot, like different family archetypes or whatever for a lot of people. Structures. In general, like more mainstream. So I'm kind of hoping that Abbott Elementary School, I don't know what it would. Maybe like, maybe in the future people will be outraged when the Secretary of Education is just a rich person that has never done anything in education. I mean, that's just
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we caught up on it last night. I mean, since they've been back, it's so good. I can't wait to listen to your Abbott journey.
Yeah,
I haven't started
5 or 6 episodes in, but it's easy too because it's like you forget like something that's just like a half-hour show. It's just like you just kind of breeze through them. So it's, yeah.
And do you recognize the character that plays Melissa, the tough Italian teacher?
No, should I?
She is from the Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap.
I don't think I ever saw the Lindsay Lohan.
Oh.
But the other guy is the kid from Everyone Hates Chris, all grown up.
Yes.
So like that's very confusing.
And he's like super tall and like
super tall.
Grown up now.
Is like, like they took a normal voice and just like slowed it down so it's like very deep, and you're like, what is happening?
It turns out he's just a grown up now. Yeah. Also Ghosts. We caught up on Ghosts last night too, and the chick who plays what's her name? The teenage mom in Superstore was a guest star in it.
Oh, she's awesome.
She is.
Yeah.
Yes,
whatever
Cheyenne.
His name is. I couldn't tell you who the actor.
It's like Nicole Secor or something like that. But yeah, she guest starred in it too, so it was really fun. Nice. So I won't really talk about it here because I did write a blog post on it, and my goal this year is to do 2 blog posts per week. Now, one of them might just be promoting the broadcast. I reserve the right to cheat on my goal, but at least one thing of original content each week. But we watched that Kaleidoscope show.
Oh, okay. How was that?
Well, I watched it the night that when I texted you guys about it. I watched it because I was like, oh, maybe we could watch it and like talk about it on like one of the centric shows. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna do that.
Okay.
I mean, maybe if you guys want to, I would watch it in. So the premise of the show is you can watch it in any order, and they will give you a different viewing experience. So you can watch it in chronological order. Yeah, it's like a kaleidoscope. So each one is. It
reminds you. There's a book like that I own.
Choose Your Own Adventures.
No.
Oh.
Well, that's true. No, there's a book like that by like a Latin American author. Oh. I own a copy, and I've meant to read it for like 20 years and never have. But it's that same thing where you can like do like different orders. Anyway, somebody will know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No. That's the premise. Like there's different like Netflix suggests a bunch of different orders. I'll leave it at that. It's if it was like super amazing, like I would say drop what you're doing, ladies, watch this show, let's talk about it in 2 weeks. But I don't want to say anything else other than I'm not going to make you guys do that.
You applaud the big swing, but maybe they didn't like
right.
It's connect with the ball as much as they could have.
It's the writing and the story. And the fact that, fine, here we go. And the fact that we watched it chronologically. So maybe that was our downfall. Maybe we should have skipped time. Like, you're supposed to start with the episode Black, and it's like a 2-minute explainer of the premise or whatever. And then Netflix recommends finishing with the episode called White. And White is the actual heist. It's a heist TV show. White is the heist. And then you've got 2 episodes after. And I think that if we had watched White last, perhaps some of the stuff, if we had already seen and knew the futures of the characters, like maybe it would have been more interesting to find out how they ended up where they ended up instead of like watching the heist episode and then seeing where they ended up.
The fallout, yeah.
Because I don't know. I'm curious to see if you guys ever watch it, and I don't think I'm being super spoilerly other than kind of being a bummer on it. But like,
well, no, I'm intrigued in the concept.
The concept is cool. That's why I wanted to watch it, and we couldn't figure it out. So we were like, we'll just go in order, in chronological order. But like the characters, it starts out like, as a fun ensemble heist show, and then like by the end, the tone is very different, and they all have really shitty endings. And you're like, oh, this isn't the fun show that it was up until, like, the episode where the heist was. And the heist itself was kind of lame, too. Like, I wanted Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Right.
And it wasn't Ocean's 11. Like, I knew that there had to have been, like, it wasn't going to go right. But, like, I don't know. I didn't hate it. I don't recommend you don't watch it if you're interested. I don't recommend watching it in chronological order is what I'm trying to get at. I don't know. Go to my blog. I list all the ones that Netflix say and then some because I Googled a whole bunch. Anyway, good times. And then we started to watch the National Treasure TV show on Disney Plus. It's so ridiculous. Guys, there's a scene where they break into Graceland and find a secret treasure map message on an Elvis gold record, and it's fucking amazing. And Jay was like, at that point, he's like, I'm out. You're gonna watch this show on your own. Like, I watched that stupid Kaleidoscope show. I can't watch this too. So I'm in the middle of that. But
nice. Well, I finished Wednesday, and I can't remember if that was before we recorded our last.
It was
episode
not
or after, but okay.
Yeah,
well, that was
I
really
think we
fun.
talked about that over text.
Yeah,
yes,
you liked it.
I really liked it. I'm excited for season 2.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I think I'm gonna watch that over the menu. I think.
Yeah. I think that's a good decision. Yeah,
more my speed.
Yeah.
No, it was really fun. I liked it. And then we went down this whole royal rabbit hole where I had already finished The Crown. I was current, but Frank had seen the first 2 seasons a while ago, and then it had just stopped. So he went back and he started rewatching, and I was kind of sitting in for some of them, not all of them, and then more and more of them, and then kind of all of season 5 I rewatched with him, and then we watched the Netflix special, the mini documentary.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Harry
dear.
and Meghan.
Oh dear, you really did.
Yes. And then Colleen texted about the book that's coming.
Oh my god.
Have it. My mobile pickup order from Target has been ready. I just haven't gotten over there yet. So.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow.
I think I have stopped caring 3 Oprah specials ago. I don't care anymore.
They only did one Oprah special.
It feels like 20. I can't anymore with them.
There was an article that I read about.
You're breaking my heart.
It's too much. I don't care.
Of all the royals, they're the ones that are the least garbage.
Yes.
I would say. I mean, I don't mean to make that sound like a personal attack. I don't know any of the personal. I just I really don't like the monarchy as a institution, and sort of what it stands for and what it's done over history. But anyway, but then I did read an article about Americans' obsession with Harry and Meghan and why we like them. And somebody pointed out that it's true. They talk about in the Netflix documentary that they're doing that because, nobody's asked them their side of the story. They haven't really been able to say it. And then the person who wrote the article was like, yeah, except for Oprah and,
right.
Blah, blah, blah. Listed a couple others. But yeah, so maybe it's, any 1%er is not going to be without their cringe, eye rolls. But
they've only done the Oprah thing. Now they have the press rollout. I'm just saying.
And they've done the series, and they're doing the book, and it's
his book. She has nothing to do with the book.
Is hard, and they're like, well, we could just keep selling our story, and that's how we'll.
He's trying to set the record. Oh my god. He's trying to set the record straight because for his entire life, his brother and his father threw him under the bus because he was the spare and they had to protect the institution of the monarchy. And like stories would come out, the press would go to like Kensington Palace or Buckingham Palace or Clarence House. I'm sorry, Kensington or Clarence House. I mean, like, I have this bad story about so and so, and they would be like, okay, here's a story about Harry doing drugs, and they would like deliberately push out negative stuff about him. And his whole thing is like, when they say never complain, never explain, they actually truly mean on the record. Every single story that comes out that says palace sources comes directly from my father or my brother or Camilla or for somebody else. So like whenever you see that, like he's like, what I'm doing right now is what they did to me, except I'm not hiding behind the copy. I'm not hiding behind the word source. I'm actually being like putting it out there with my name. I'm just saying, I'm gonna read it, and I'm very excited.
Fine, like I just don't care. Like I don't. Like,
well, then I won't talk about it.
In the world that we should be focusing on, and it's just like I just don't care. I don't care what that poor rich royal white boy had a hard life. Like I don't care.
He's not even saying that he had a hard life. He's not, but it's not even complaining.
Like isn't he a little bit like just he's
not really?
He's like, oh, my brother made me wear that swastika costume. Like, It's like,
but he's not. Like, but see, you're falling for the twist that takes his words out of context that the media puts out there about him. Like that story, that the way that they portrayed how he was talking about Afghanistan and the amount of people he killed. Like they took one quote, they took the whole thing out of context, made it sound like he was bragging about it.
Talking about like that's how little I care. Like I literally
fine. Then we will move on.
Talking about.
And when I read the book, I just won't talk about it on here.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to read it.
Well, I did reserve my copy at the library. So whenever that comes in, maybe next year. Amanda, I totally am with you. Like, I don't usually care, but, rewatching The Crown, it's I don't know what it is. Because, again, like I said, I hate the institution of monarchy. I think is they should get rid of it. Give everything back to where it came from. Use that money for actual good in the society. And, it's terrible, I think, what has happened to, like, both kids having to grow up like that. I think that's awful. I wouldn't trade places with them for anything.
Yeah.
Like, having people take your fucking pictures all the time since like you were a baby, the whole thing is a huge mess. So I don't think that they have like a great life, even though they are, the 1%ers. It's like there's always this like giant caveat. But
somebody said that the key to abolishing the monarchy is to give the monarchs a normal life. And I feel like that actually is kind of true. Like the second they get a taste of like freedom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's an odd concept to be like, they are actually not free. No. But yeah, so I don't again, I wouldn't want to trade places with them. I don't usually care about what's going on with them, but the rabbit hole, it happened.
Yeah. But it's because it's interesting to
like, I just watched The Crown. So like I sort of had enough. And I think the nice thing about The Crown is that like, it is a fictionalized interpretation of actual people's lives, so I think you can like remove yourself enough and just lean into like the story and the entertainment side of it. So I'm like, I don't need to like deal with the nonsense of the actuals. Like I can just The Crown is enough. Like I can enjoy that, and I don't need to worry about the actuals. Like I'd rather
just like watching but watching The Crown, like and I'm like aware that it's a fictionalized version of these people's lives, but I definitely watch The Crown with like Wikipedia in the other hand.
Yeah, that's true. There are some things that like I do like how it's kind of illuminating of like just like British history, like things that like why would we have ever learned about certain things that like we weren't alive for that didn't directly affect America? Like why would we learn about that?
I know.
Like,
we only learn about America
that really
and
happened,
and
not even well. We don't even learn about America well.
Yeah.
So apparently Queen Elizabeth watched it. Prince Philip did not.
Really?
Yeah. I forget.
I've heard that.
Where I read it, but she used to have like a private screening of it each week or whatever. Like,
I wonder if
did she think it was good? I mean,
she kept watching it, so she must have liked it.
She does seem to have like some semblance of a sense of humor. So like,
yeah.
So there were in the Netflix special of Harry and I keep wanting to say like When Harry Met Sally, but Harry and Meghan, they showed some clips, like real clips of his grandmother giving certain speeches that were shown in The Crown.
Yeah.
And it was just astonishing the job that those actresses did. Because it's like
some of the best actresses of the
day.
Yeah.
It is like so they just got everything right. The timing and the inflection. Wow, it was pretty wild to see that. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna watch The Crown. I keep saying it, but I've got a lot of shitty TV to finish first.
But it's also just like it's a beautifully shot show. Like it's just really beautiful to just kind of dive into and just like enjoy like really luxurious, robust filmmaking. Just like, this is expensive, and it feels like an expensive thing to make.
They put that golden filter on.
Are like way up there.
Yeah. Shani, I think going back to what you were saying about like the rabbit hole, because then you just watched The Crown and then watched Harry and Meghan and kind of, it's just human nature to want to know what goes on behind the scenes when you just watch something that's, you know what I mean? So like I totally get that.
Yeah.
And I do think it's fascinating to reveal how like
how the sausage
gets made.
And again, like it's not that we need to like feel sorry for them or anything.
Right.
And they are certainly like self-exploiting their lives. I mean, because what do you do when you don't have like an actual job, right?
Right, or trained to do anything.
But Meghan doesn't have a job, but Harry does. He puts together like the Invictus Games, and like they have charitable foundations that they actually work at. But anyway, but without a 9 to 5.
They don't have a job.
Yeah.
They don't have a job.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I would imagine it would look very poorly if they were paying themselves through those charitable organizations.
But even if they are, it's like you decide what you want to do when you want to work, how much you want. That's not the same as having a job where like
do you know
I'm sorry, I can't make it to your thing because I have to work and I can't take leave.
When you decide your own PTO, it's not a real job. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but like I'm not saying that we need to, feel like, terrible for them or anything, but I do think that they have their own version of a shitty life. And I think when you look at their family, it's just like, man, that fucking sucks. Like, can you imagine even just like the media around Princess Diana and then having to like live through that so publicly, and then things that, so Harry's going to come out with his version of the story. We have like other media versions of like some of the inner dynamics with his dad and brother, and the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. But anyway, you slice it, it's pretty ugly. Like I do not envy him those relationships that just
and Harry strikes me as somebody that's like an empath, which is not a good fit for being in an institution where you're supposed to not feel anything for anybody, including your spouse and kids and stuff. So, yeah. But anyway, we will put a pin in this, and then I don't know if we're going to talk about it again, but I'm going to read Spare. And Shandy, if you read Spare, maybe we can do a bonus show where we talk about it.
So this time next year, after we start talking about how January's half over next year.
Yeah. My goal is just to finish it by the time I get back from Germany. So speaking of, let me go through our upcoming schedule real quick. So next week on January 17th, we're going to be live for the Hangout level patrons. On Saturday, January 21st, we're going to be recording with the Real Weird Sisters. So that's exciting. Yay! And that episode will actually air on February 3rd. Had to count. That'll actually come out on February 3rd because I will be in Germany that week. So we will not have a new episode on the 31st. And then on the 24th, we'll do our thing. I have a to be determined because I don't know if we're going to decide to watch something or read something or just have a free for all or whatever. But anyway, and then we'll be off for a bit while I'm in Germany. And I'm very excited to pick Alice's brain about Germany things.
Yes.
So they were like, how about,
Martha.
and that's right. Duh. But when they were like, we could do it in February, I was like, no, I really want to ask you about Germany things. We got to do it before I leave. Please. So please send in your feedback, though, for the Real Weird Sisters crossover. Very excited to do it again. What is this, our 5th annual one?
Oh my God. So.
Dang. Cool. Anyway, send us some feedback for that, though. Those shows they really work great when we have feedback. So
yes,
indeed.
Yes. All right. So I have a succession of really quick things for our middle section of the show. This first thing is something that Jay sent me. He was cracking up hysterically about something in bed the other night, and I was trying to go to sleep because, I had to get on an airplane in the morning. And he was like, I'll send it to you for the broadcast. And I was like, can you send it to the email? And he was like, too late, I already texted it. So let me just... Here you go. All right.
Well, actually...
Oop.
Do you feel the need to correct women who know more about something than you? Do you tag Hank Green in videos where a woman is talking about something she literally has a doctorate in? You're not alone. Countless men suffer from correctile dysfunction every single day. That's why we at Women Are Also People have invented a new treatment called Could You Fucking Not? From the makers of Mind Your Business, Could You Fucking Not is the most effective treatment for correctile dysfunction. When taking Could You Fucking Not, avoid correcting people who are experts in something you know nothing about. Side effects of Could You Fucking Not include not ruining someone's day, women having uninterrupted time to share their expertise, and literally the absolute bare minimum it takes to be a decent person. You don't need to talk to a doctor about Could You Fucking Not. If this video made you feel attacked, Could You Fucking Not is for you.
Sorry.
That's amazing.
Very good.
Super funny, right?
Yes.
And I'll pull the audio and put the clean audio in and not the interrupted one. Anyway, he was right. That is very funny.
Indeed.
That's very funny.
The next thing, real quick, was I don't know if anybody saw, but the newest Fox News outrage, lesbian M&Ms, is the newest outrage. So the green M&M is no longer a skanky old whore. She is now a lesbian.
Oh.
So essentially, M&M has released its first and this is from Matt XIV, which I think is supposed to be Matt 14, is always how I've read it, but now I'm... But this is everywhere on the internet, like I said. But the summary I'm reading is from this Instagram account. M&M's have released its first all-female character packaging, Feminems, if you will. The bags are a part of the campaign by the brand, which is donating the sales to organizations elevating women. So basically, we've got brown, green, and purple M&Ms, I believe, are the colors. Tucker Carlson has called the purple M&M obese, which I don't get.
Lovely.
The picture of the purple M&M is just clearly a peanut M&M.
Okay. So how is it obese? Again, it's a candy.
I don't know.
Right, exactly.
And another Fox News panelist called the green M&M an opportunistic little bitch.
Again, it's a candy.
Wow.
Yeah, so big news in conservative land. Big news.
There's so many more important things, guys, than what candies. The cartoon iteration of a candy. Like, oh, dear Lord.
Yeah. The personification of something you actually eat.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't.
But, she got her boots back, so...
Oh, that's good. They were cute. They were cute boots.
Yeah. Real cute.
They were.
And then it quotes a tweet from Matt Gertz, who is the Media Matters guy. And he said, first they changed the M&Ms to make them not hot enough to have sex with, and now they changed the M&Ms to make them not want to have sex with men at all. What is this world coming to?
Again, they're candy. They are candy. We are losing sight of reality here.
Oh my God. Yeah, so M&M went woke again.
Oh,
Oh dear, what is this world coming to?
What is this world coming to?
First they come for our M&Ms.
Right. The culture is really turning against Republicans, even down to M&Ms.
Even down to M&Ms.
Yeah.
I mean, they really are the victims they proclaim to be.
They, they couldn't get Christmas, so they came for candy. Literally came for candy, and now they're upset that candy doesn't come for them. But
Oh no.
Episode title, Came for Candy, starting 2023. All right.
Oh, my brain is broken.
Oh, I'm really excited though about this because green and purple and brown. Purple and green are mine and Jay's favorite colors, and our wedding quilt is purple and green. So really, I feel like we're being spoken to, we're being seen and heard, and anyway, good times. And then so anyway, purple is also my favorite color, so I am personally very excited to eat a shitload of purple M&Ms. Okay. I never get represented. And now I think this next one will only work if I share it with you. Hold on, let me send it via text. Is that okay, or would you prefer Messenger?
Text is
fine.
Okay.
I got my phone right here.
So there was a one of those tweet questions that went around last week at some point, and it was, without saying your age, say something a young person today wouldn't understand. And there were some great answers. Not particularly the one that I was tweeted. That is quoted in the tweet I sent you. But there were some really great ones, and one of them was like, can you burn that on a CD for me?
Yeah.
I bought a house. Ouch.
Yeah. The national.
That one hits home pretty hard.
I know.
Oh, that one hits home pretty hard. Oh no.
That just means you're young.
Does it though?
It's a backhanded compliment.
I somehow don't believe you.
Perspective.
I do like the get off the internet. I need to use the phone.
Yep.
That's good.
With 5 siblings, I feel that.
Yep. Do you remember? Did you ever do this? The collect call from "I'm done here, Mom. Come pick me up." Did you ever do that?
No.
I usually just borrowed someone else's phone or
I knew.
quarters or change or whatever.
Oh, when we got into JFK yesterday, they have in the small little Delta terminal part where we were, there was
the one at the end of the earth.
Yeah, no, we weren't at the end of the earth.
You weren't at the end of the earth?
I thought we were going to be.
Literally like 3 miles from security.
Yeah, I think is that American though, not Delta, or is that Delta?
No, that's Delta.
That is Delta?
Usually when I fly down to Raleigh, I'm at the end of the earth.
Oh, God, that is...
It's a 15-minute walk from security.
I'd rather do the walk going to the terminal. Coming back when you're like, I just want to go home is the worst.
That's fair.
But still...
There's like 4 people movers to get you there. It's that far away.
Oh my God, yes. It's
so far.
I know.
15 minutes is like the actual walking time. Like, I'm not like being hyperbolic. Like, it is actually 15 minutes from security.
Yeah, Shandy, it's this because JFK is so sprawling because they just kept adding to the airport and it makes no sense. But they had this new terminal from it's got to be like 7 or 8 years at this point, maybe even longer.
Oh yeah, forever.
But when you get in, you have to. It's like literally you're like walking a full mile to get to your gate. It is wild. It's so far.
It's 2 miles. It's literally like it's over a mile to get from security all the way to
the last gate there.
Like where that little extension, you're like climb down a ladder and like keep walking. It stops being all pretty. Like it's so freaking far that it's like time forgot about that part of the terminal.
But where we were right. So where we came out, we were right by the door to get down to baggage claim. But we had no idea because it was like kind of shut behind glass, and we thought that it was just like an emergency exit. So we were wandering around. We were like, "Where are we?"
I know where you are.
Yeah. before Zachary actually asked. He was like, "Where's the exit?" And I was like, "Oh, thank God." But no, there was a row of payphones there outside the bathrooms, like old-fashioned payphone, like payphones.
There was a crank and everything.
Which actually, one of the episodes of Kaleidoscope takes place 24 years in the past, and Jay and I were like, man, like they're not very time whatever. Like they've got a pretty recent alarm system, and like their phone is blah blah blah. And then we were like, oh fuck, 24 years ago was like 1999.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, it's like, oh wow, okay, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah.
Be
We're
kind.
No longer part of the youth
Yes.
generation.
No.
Yes. Which is also wild, but I guess
aging out.
Aging out. Although I saw something also recently that millennials are the first generation to turn more left as they get older, because Gen X is starting to go right.
I had not. That's a nice thing to hear.
I know. That's what. And somebody compared us to, was it the silent generation, where the main difference is like they both got screwed by like greed. And
yeah, I'm really curious what history will think about millennials. I feel like we will get a much
I hope we do
a better rap than we're currently getting.
Because
I think it's funny because I think like society has started already shifting to hating on the generation after us, which is wild to see. Because then it's like, oh, we really have aged out. Because it's not that we're doing anything in particular. It's just they always shit on the youngest generation, which I vow not to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same.
Because it's stupid.
Yeah.
It is stupid.
Yeah.
Gotta lift each other up.
Gen Z they're like really awesome at like taking pictures and TikTok. Like that's no small feat. Most, generations over us, they can't really take pictures. I'm just saying. Okay.
And as for TikTok, I like refuse to learn any new apps. So,
I'm getting very close. I'm getting worn down. I think I'm a couple months away from TikTok, I think.
I am
that's where everything is moving, and I feel like it's the new
thing.
The new frontier, so I feel like, the media landscape, everyone is trying to figure out how to maximize their impact on TikTok, because that's where the youth is. But it's also there are pockets of it that it just sounds like it could be more entertaining. There's life hack videos and cooking videos, and there's just things you can really kind of choose your own adventure.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
Videos.
But my problem is I can't really watch a lot of videos. I sit in an open space. It's not like I can just play things on my phone during the day, because Jay or Kulki or Michael will send me TikToks or even Jack will send TikToks, or my uncle will send TikToks. The 6-year-olds in my life will be like, listen, look at this TikTok. And I'm just I don't get it. But I thought I had an account. I swear I had an account. And somebody sent me something over Christmas break, and I went in, and it was trying to make me log in. And I was like, I swear to God, I had one. But then I couldn't remember, so somehow I had to create a new account, so now I've got 2. I feel like when my dad created 4 accounts on Instagram because he couldn't remember his password each time. He has 4 Instagram accounts.
Can't you just go to forgot my password?
You would think. You would think. But truly, and each one is the same base, but the numbers are just slightly different.
Oh no. And do you get friend requests from all 4? Because that is one thing I would say. I refuse to be friends with multiple accounts of the same person on Facebook. No.
I got a...
it is a little why are we doing this?
I'm only friends
with the... You really need your business Facebook and your personal Facebook?
I'm only friends with the OG one and the one that he landed on now. But when I tag him in things, I tag the OG one. Because I'm like, at some point, you're going to get back to this. I know it's been like 3 years, but we got to do something here.
I believe in you.
I love that.
Anyway, but now that's me and TikTok. And I'm just but now somehow they've got my email. So maybe I didn't sign up last time through my email. And I keep getting like, TikTok summaries. Like I get the Reddit, like, here's what your subreddits are interested in. Like I get those digests every day. But I like looking through those. Anyway, now I get it from TikTok, but I'm still confused. So I just started deleting them. And I'm with you, man. I need a couple more months. And
I'm just like, I'm gonna be the grumpy old lady on my front porch, being like, nope.
That's fine. That's how I feel.
I will
about
just
Twitter.
not be with the times.
That's how I feel about Twitter. I'm like, that one's not for me. I don't need it.
Fair enough. Okay, real quick.
This is a blanket statement for all social media apps going forward.
Okay,
that's
I'm
fine.
done.
All right,
that's fine. You can be done. That's how I thought I was too. But I think because it's like I'm just kind of immersed in it.
Yeah,
like all day, like for professionally, that it's just like okay, fine. I guess I can see it's not like the devil incarnate. I guess like fine. I guess there's some redeeming qualities. I guess maybe that seems like it could maybe be fun. Okay, fine.
And I will say, like I've seen some videos because also like my cousin will send me some video, and that's fine. Like I'm good with that level of interaction with TikTok. If she sees a funny video and she wants to send it to me, cool. Like I'll watch it on not TikTok. And sometimes you see them like on, Facebook or, or
Instagram
Instagram,
like sort of cross-pollination.
Yeah. And I just have to say the thing that stresses me out about them is I'm just like, holy fuck. How long did it take to make that tiny little video?
Yeah.
That feels very stressful to me. And again,
but they're so good at it.
Less time.
They're so good at it. Gen Z is so good.
Like automations to like make things like much faster. I mean, your phone makes you like 8 videos a day.
That's very true. If you get the right app,
I don't even need social media anymore. I just look at the fun videos that my phone makes for me.
Yeah, but you have to like take the before picture and then you have to snap and take the after picture where everything's changed. And I'm so fucking sick of seeing that all the time. Also, which is just like it was cute at first, but like, oh my god.
Okay. Anyway. I feel like we're working.
I'll move off my lawn.
We're working through something here. But Chandy, congratulations, because you're the least likely to have your phone like tapped into by China. So congrats.
Yeah. So there's that.
All right, real quick, a couple of others that I liked here was the "Be Kind, Please Rewind." When you borrowed, rented VHSs. This one is just democracy.
Ooh, that's
Walkman. Although, didn't we just talk about recently? No, Amanda, you still have your Discman. Is that?
No, I don't anymore.
Okay,
it's on my iPod.
Oh, that's what we were talking about.
It's like starting to separate, so like I'm pretty sure it probably doesn't work anymore. But like I still have it.
Yeah, I still have my Nano, which is the one that I had for several, probably 5, 6, 7 years after my classic broke.
That's true. I probably have a Nano hiding around here somewhere.
Yeah, I got the purple one, so green, just like the M&amp. Green. See, it all comes back.
Well, it was like it was like a gift. Like I didn't buy it for myself. It just came to my possession.
Yeah, not silver and gold, purple and green, purple and green. Anyway, all right.
Printing out driving directions. Yeah, that was real. That was real.
Oh, yeah. I remember
memorizing
the radio station. Yeah.
How did we get places?
Good Lord.
Yeah.
The dial tone. I still get the dial tone at work.
Cordless phone.
Waiting for for my college to add Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
No, waiting for Facebook to add my college. Sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like that's exactly our age.
Yellow Pages. I remember the Yellow Pages.
Mm-hmm.
Party lines, and I'm not talking about politics.
Can you rewind this cassette with that pencil?
Going to school without metal detectors or fear of gun violence. Oh. Animaniacs. I forgot about Animaniacs. Oh, the 56K dial-up modem sound. Was that the one that was like...
Oh, I'll give any Gen Z money if they know how to burn music onto this thing and it's a picture of a CD.
Oh my god. Yeah, good times. Not to, again, bring it back full circle, but I remember the brown M&M when it was a part of the package.
Yeah.
Right? Remember we voted and the blue M&M replaced it? Or was it the tan M&M, the beige one or whatever?
Tan.
Tan,
Yeah,
that's
it was
it.
tan.
Yeah.
There was like a dark brown and a tan at some point.
Yeah, the dark brown is still there, but the tan one and the blue one replaced it. I think we were in 3rd grade, and I remember our class voted. It was like, you can vote for because that was the year of the Clinton presidency, like the election. The 92 election, we were in 3rd grade.
It was like blue, purple, and pink. I think were the colors you could vote. I definitely voted because I remember voting for purple.
Yeah, I probably did too. But yeah, good times. Anyway, all right. Let's. Anybody else see anything? Otherwise, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back. And we've got a couple things of feedback, and we'll wrap it up.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, we are back and ready to get into some feedback. The first bit of feedback we have is from Greg, and Greg says, "Okay, I finally watched Spirited. I like the concept of the stories and characters, but there were way too many songs, particularly in the first 30 minutes. Disagree. Hard disagree. It finally settles down after that, and they aren't nearly as frequent and are able to feel more significant as it's not a never-ending barrage of songs. Again, what is wrong with that?
That's what I liked about it.
They can emphasize moments rather than just being yet another song. Sometimes less is more. I take it, Greg. Greg has never met our good friend Andrew Lloyd Webber. By our good friend, I mean, Anyway, in general, I think the vast majority of movies should not be over 2 hours. See, that plane movie we're seeing tomorrow or at some point this week, today, whenever you're listening to this, is only an hour and 47 minutes. I was sold. I mean, the ridiculous plot sold me, but that, extra sold me. Comedies should be as close to 90 minutes as possible. There always were the exceptions to these thoughts, but generally speaking, I think this would make many movies far stronger. Spirited is a good example of it. What's wild is that they did cut a song, but slapped it over the end credits, thus not actually cutting it. But if it's over the end credits, it's technically not taking up any time.
Yeah, that doesn't factor into the runtime. But it's also one of my favorite songs in the whole thing. So get on out of here, Greg, with that critique.
Remind me.
I was just humming it to myself earlier this evening while I was making sure.
That's the Make a Change one, right?
The Ripple one.
The Ripple.
Ripple,
Ripple.
Choreography.
Okay. Ripple, ripple.
Ripple, turn into a wave.
I love that song too. We listened to the soundtrack when we were driving back from New York.
It's a great soundtrack, right? It's a good cast recording. It's very enjoyable.
Funny story. So, everybody knows. I mean, I've said this before, and I think you guys are the same. Like, when you have to get up super early, you know how you're afraid you're gonna miss your alarm, so you just don't sleep. You gives the anxiety of making sure you wake up every
an hour before.
Yeah. So that happened to me the night before we left to New York, and I was exhausted. I was wrecked for 2 days. I was so tired. So the night before we left, we were leaving at 4:00 in the morning. There was a night that we watched Spirited with my sister, and I took a gummy at 8:00, thinking, usually it takes 3 hours, right? 2 hours. I thought, I took it after the movie started, and I thought that it was gonna be fine, but I guess I didn't eat a lot or something. I don't know, but it kicked in an hour later. And Jay was like, yeah, you had trouble finishing a thought a couple of times, but I think she thought you were just drunk. And I was like, well, why didn't you tell her that I took the gummy so I could fall asleep? I'd rather her know that than think I was getting shit-faced watching Spirited, which I wasn't. So anyway, good times. I'm so embarrassed now even talking about it. Because we had all poured, just little nightcaps. They weren't very big or whatever. It was, sit there and watch it.
To sip on.
Right, and I had spilled mine, so I had poured a little more before it took in, because I put it on the floor because I was sitting on the floor, and I think the cushion or the pillow or something like had knocked into it, and it had
floor is
spilled.
always dangerous. Yeah.
Right, it spilled, not a whole lot, but a little bit. So like I went and I poured a little more, and I don't think she realized it spilled, and she thought that I just like had multiple drinks very close together.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, an hour later, I was like not making sense. So anyway, yeah, good times. I never clarified that with her. I was like, Jay, why didn't you just tell her? He was like, I don't know, because I wasn't sure. And it was the thing is, she made a comment, and I remember that she made a comment about how the carpet smelled, and I was from my spilt drink, and I was like, oh man. So she thinks I'm sloppy. She thinks I spilt this drink. She thinks this, and like the whole thing is like, really, it's just a gummy.
Yep, just took a sleep aid.
Oh man.
Illegal sleep aid.
Right? I just wanted to make sure that I was asleep by 10:30 instead of falling asleep at 3 to wake up at 4 to leave.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. But Spirited, yeah, super disagree, Greg, about the songs.
I think there could have been more songs. They could have done they could have reprieved every song, and I would have been okay with it.
All right, there we go. But it's also, if you're not used to the musical format, like everybody gets a song in the beginning to introduce their characters. That's just kind of like a trope of the genre. The next bit of feedback we have is actually from Kate.
Kate writes in via Insta, "Hey broads, just wanted to say happy holidays to you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. We got absolutely buried with snow here and have been literally stuck at home since Friday morning. Still stuck until the plows can get to us, but hey, worse things can happen. Also, I wanted to share my news with you since I previously shared my IVF journey. Baby boy is due April 2nd of this year.
Yay!
We literally cannot agree on a name for Shamandaline's brother, so if you want to come up with another perfect name like Shamandaline for a boy, I'm all ears. Here's to raising a little feminist coming in the new year. Thanks for all you do, and I'll share pictures when he's here."
Oh, congratulations!
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. April is a great month to be born.
Yes, it is.
Indeed. So,
Amanda
that's
would
exciting.
know.
Congrats.
May I propose just the classic Shamandalino?
Oh.
Or what was it? It was Colin.
Oh, shoot. Was it Aaron, Sean, and Colin? No, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
But Colin is a great name.
But I like where you're going with
Colin.
Yeah. Deep cut. If anyone remembers that
Armando. It's Armando, Sean, and Colin.
Yeah. I think that's a great. Sounds very royal when you put it all together.
See, there you go. We found something that we care about with the royals. The fact that they all have 12 names.
They have cool names.
I was like, do they have a last name? Like, I'm legitimately confused about that.
It's Mountbatten Windsor.
Yeah, it's Mountbatten Windsor.
Yeah, because the Queen's last name was Windsor, and Prince Philip was Mountbatten. So
it's Mountbatten.
Mountbatten.
At least that's how they say it in The Crown.
We've watched The Crown.
I've watched The Crown, things. So I'm a scholar.
Yes, and they're also all German, which is even funnier.
Right.
Yes, which is hilarious, and the British monarchy goes back to William the Conqueror, who conquered from France. Mm-hmm. So just saying.
Yeah.
But hey.
That's why our 23andMe's are all messed up.
Basically.
Everybody was conquering and fucking everybody else. Anyway.
But French. Real French.
Yeah. Wait, so they're French-German then?
No, like the monarchy, like the institution, like William the Conqueror was French. I mean, like Normand.
Yeah. That makes sense.
France.
I knew that. Normand.
Yes. Which is why we have so much French in English. But anyway, including the history of the institution. I just find that ironic.
Yeah. Thank you for the history lesson.
Also, I feel like all European royalty is like interrelated anyway.
Right. I mean, like 50% of them descend from Queen Victoria. So
yes, I was gonna say
they're all marrying their cousins and
right.
So,
and it's weird that I mean, it's not weird, but it's like their thing where like the direct in line, like Prince William, for his kids, he had to pick names that were names of previous monarchs, right?
I don't know. That's
I don't
wild.
think so, because I think they then can like change their name once they ascend to the throne.
Which is like even
they can change their name, but no, I'm pretty sure because when they had like the royal bedding for the names of like the choices were all like former kings' names because no, that's definitely a thing. I'm like 95% sure.
I love it. So they're like their version of no more social media is like no more new names. It's got to be a name that's already been a king in the past.
Tried and true.
Nothing new.
We can't start a new round of numbers. Weird. We gotta.
Hold on. British Royal Naming Conventions. That was not the right search term. But here's the rules. So most don't have a surname.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Because they'll go by like the Cambridge or Prince.
Like what does it say on their fucking birth certificate?
So the birth certificates say Mountbatten Windsor, however you say it. But when say William and Kate's kids go to school, when they were like the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, which I guess they still are, their kids could go to school and they can be enrolled as like either George Windsor or George Cambridge.
See, that's weird. Like,
because I remember
we don't have a choice of.
I remember like specifically.
But is that
reading,
only for the royal family? Because you figure there's other aristocracy across, like,
But their titles don't change over time based on like where
That's a good point. Like if you're the in line to be the Earl of Grantham, like
right. So I don't know
about. Name's on Grantham. It's Crowley.
So the parents have to choose at least 3 names. Unique names are not allowed until further down the line of succession. And then the queen bestows titles and didn't have to give her approval. Obviously, this article is old, but I'm pretty sure that I swear I remember reading that they have to have at least the first name or whatever, or what. Then it has to be like a previous monarch's name.
That makes sense. So like Elizabeth's father, when he took the throne, he changed his name, but he was a spare.
He was a spare.
Supposed to be. He wasn't supposed to become king. So exactly. And like Victoria, she was originally like Alexandra, I think was her like birth name, and she chose Victoria when she ascended to the throne.
It's so fucking weird.
I know
because I watched the PBS Victoria series back when. It was very beautiful. It was with what's her face from Doctor Who. It was very good.
Yeah. Also, it is interesting, though, that they have to have at least 3 names. But I guess, whatever. Okay. Congratulations, Kate. I think all we've so far come up with, but we've got till April. Plenty of time.
Let us know. Do you want a royal name or do you want a normal name?
Do we have room to play here?
Yeah, exactly.
Does it have to be a name that's repeated from somewhere in your lineage, or is it open? Yeah.
Amanda, is there a masculine version of Eden? Like Alex has Alexandra. I don't know if there's a feminine version
kind of gender neutral, because I actually had a conversation with someone that said that they wanted to name their son Eden.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think it can be kind of a gender fluid name.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
So there you go. You can have that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another April Eden. Sounds good. I'll share baby names.
Good times. I'm trying to think, like, we'll come back to us. Please remind us. Come back to us. Send us some more feedback. I'm going to think on this. During the week. For now, I'm just going to I'm Italian, so I'm just going to Shamandolino. That's all we do. We add A's or O's. But congratulations again. Very, very happy for you.
So
very exciting. Love adding new people to the Broad family. And then, I think it's time for That's What She Said.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. That was what she said.
If it sucks, I don't want it to be slower.
How do we create a poll?
How does it stay up?
Can everybody see this? Sorry, I can't.
If you don't get this, I'm going to be very disappointed.
I've been doing this on the other screen.
We did it Thanksgiving weekend.
The thing is to the side here.
I hate it when they get their tongue stuck. That sounds like something Samantha from Sex and the City would say.
I know,
Yes.
right?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
But I can't do a Samantha voice, so.
Gotta go 4. Minimum 4.
You have to do it right. Oh, you have to do it in the right way.
This is really solid. I gotta keep it in.
That was a good one. It takes 9 minutes.
Only 9 minutes. Huh?
Only 9 minutes. It's a Christmas miracle.
Hooray! Huzzah!
All right, then to finish us up with butter emails, we have an email from Andy. All right. New Year's with hers. Hey, broads. I hope you had a nice holiday. I'm looking forward to hearing what you were up to. Mine was fine. Nothing to report on. Things have been getting back to normal, but I wish I still had all that PTO. Work hired a new person, an older woman about 70, just to make it clear that that isn't it, who has been doing pretty well so far. At this point, I'm still not expecting much, but maybe she'll stick around. As I've gone over my work problems with you, the bar is still incredibly low. Basically, show up on time and don't disappear for 3 months. Anyway, here's to a great 2023 for all of us. Hashtag I'm with hers, Andy.
All right.
All right. Well,
All right.
here's a Barry LaCroix cheers to you. Funny story. So for you, Andy, I had lunch today with the woman that I worked with at the law firm I was with right after my other job, so last job. And she was telling me that they've had some hiring hijinks over the last year. And so the receptionist that had been there left right before Christmas last year. And they didn't hire somebody to replace her. They attempted to hire someone to replace her, but didn't find the right fit until like last summer. So it was like half a year. And I don't want to, I don't know how much I can say or whatever, because I didn't ask for permission to tell all these stories. She had some great stories about some people that they went through. For instance, one woman, it was very clear she wasn't going to work out. So at lunchtime, our old boss let her go, said this isn't going to work out, this isn't a good fit, let her go. And she came back after lunch with like Popeye's chicken, ate it all over the desk, and he was like, do you not remember me saying that you can go? She goes, yeah, I figured I would give it another try. And he was just like, and then at the end of the day, he was just like, so really, this isn't going to work out. I'll pay you for the rest of the day, but I need you to not come back tomorrow. And again, she told me stories like of 6 or 7 different people that like just were insane, wow. Right? So the story though that I think pertains to you, Andy, is that one of the women who was hired, it was a family law firm, so they got a lot of phone calls all the time, right? Like a high call volume. And she thought by like, midway through that morning, she thought the phone was annoying, so she put it on D&D. Her whole job was to answer phones. She put the phone on D&D, and they ended up missing like dozens of phone calls that day.
No.
Imagine just showing up to your job and being like, the most important part of my job, I just don't feel like it.
Exactly.
I'm just like not going to do it. It's just annoying.
She said that she was like, it felt like we missed 300. Like they just missed so many calls. And I was just like, wow.
Kind of a baller move. I kind of respect it.
I kind of respected it too.
I mean, clearly she should be fired, but I do respect the move.
Yeah, she got let go once they discovered it. But like, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Good times. Anyway, on that note, Thank you for the email. I forgot to mention this at the top of the show, but the bloopers came out last week or earlier this week. So check those out if you're interested. Yeah, good times.
Always a great time.
I was only 1 weekend late from when I said I would do it, which I thought was pretty good for me. I said they'd be out on a Friday. I was done with them on the Sunday, but I finished them at like 10 o'clock at night. So I was like, I'm just going to set it to post on Monday.
A wonderful way to start the week.
Oh, thank you.
I haven't finished them yet. I was started while I was like getting ready.
No rush.
And get through them. But so far, I really enjoyed it. The
No rush.
section this year is like extra.
Oh, thank you.
Good. Extra good. Some very good ums.
Yes, we got a lot of really good ums. I mixed it up too. I started pulling likes, you know.
Yeah, no, it was really good. It was particularly, it was very funny. Yeah. I think I'm gonna like back up and re-listen to it. Like.
Thank you. I got all new music. I found this site that just lets you download them for free as long as you just, copy and paste their phrasing exactly. And I was like, oh my God, this is great.
Nice.
So, although one of the songs sounds exactly the same as some of the others, but I just downloaded it, so I'm wondering if I like accidentally used one that I shouldn't have used because it's like old and maybe the copyright thing was weird, but whatever. Nobody's said anything yet, so
haven't gotten a cease and desist yet.
No, not yet. But yeah, thank you. I was gonna ask about the section because when I listened to it on the computer and the headphones when I downloaded it, it sounded good, but when I listened to it in the van, the audio sounded off. So, anyway, I listened to it with Alex because I was like, Alex, you're in this, you would like it. And then, as we're listening, he's just like, you said a bad word. Language, mommy. You said a bad word. And I was like, you're goddamn right. Anyway, on that note, everybody, welcome back. Happy New Year. One of my resolutions for the broadcast this year. Last year we started doing the shows where we had like a topic each month, and I really want to keep doing that because I like doing that. I hope you guys do too.
Me too. I do too.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the homework I can understand might get too much, but hopefully we've been deciding them enough in advance where it's not super terrible. But I was very inspired by having Melody and Kolke on last year that I want to have more guests in 2023.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
So,
Let's do it.
Maybe not monthly, but like I want to have more people on in general, quarterly or something. So if you have anybody, I'm saying all this because if you have anybody out there that you think might be a good fit for being a guest, let us know. Holler at us. Hit us up. That's all millennial phrasing. What does Gen Z say? Hit me with this.
No fucking clue.
I have no idea.
Poop emoji that means something different than the way we use it, or I don't know.
An ironic
hot
kangaroo emoji. I don't know.
Anyway, once Amanda gets on TikTok, she can update us on the Gen Z speak.
Yeah, I'll be cool then.
So, you'll be cool then. We'll be still reading Spare 6 months from now, but you'll be on TikTok knowing.
I will be super cool. I will be like a hella influencer.
There you go. Awesome. All right. Anyway, let us know if you have anybody out there that you think would be a good fit for us. That is something, you know what we're about if you're listening and have been listening for a while. But please let us know because we would love to expand the horizons in 2023. But anyway, on that note, again, send your any of your questions for the Real Weird Sisters crossover or anything else, any other feedback you have to thebroadcasters3@gmail.com. All right, thank you to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level, and that would be Eckhart Rigner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, and Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. If you want to become a patron, we will be live for the Hangout level patrons on January 17th, and you can do that by going to patreon.com/JandJack. We'll also have a bonus show out later this month as well for the bonus level patrons, and I don't know, if you like the show, throw us some support. Cool. All right. On that note, does anybody else have anything?
Nope.
All right. Well, then I will see you next week. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.